I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm getting into with this one. And I'm pretty sure neither do you. That being said, Discord, it's a thing. You should jump in. There's a link in the description box down below. On live streams, you get to yell at me, or talk to me, or debate me, or call me a quarter negro, or something, right? Anyway, Discord, let me know. Link in the description box down below. If it doesn't work, let me know and I'll fix the shit. This one's from Fire Mango from the Discord that I literally just mentioned. Hobo Johnson, The Rise of Hobo Johnson, Romeo and Juliet. If the art says anything about the artist, they desire being, justified in giving in to the craziness and insanity, so they have license to act as such. Or at least that's what the picture says to me. It looks like someone who wants license to just do whatever, because everything to them is just crazy and insane, because it's too hard. Or something along those lines somewhere. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, let's jump in. You're welcome, Fire Mango.
Feels so good.
Yeah.
Was that a porn blurb? Sounded like a porn blurb. Well, anyway.
Oh, that's my shit right there. That's the ticket. Give me the ticket. Give it to me, baby. You know it. I'm too emotional. Good luck to my future wives and their future lives without me. You guys will do great. I'm sure that I've prepared you for every guy you'll date, and every guy you'll marry, and every guy you'll hate. It's the lullabies I sang out of tune. That's probably what did it. Or my twin size mattress that I had since I was 7, that we have to sleep on whenever she spends the night. And if she falls off again, she'll find another guy to like.
He sounds very red pill. Or maybe black pill. I think black pill. No, red pill. Because if he's black pill, he would just say the statistics and facts that prove that there's no such thing as wives in the West. He'd just declare that so. But instead he's saying that he's giving everything a chance still. Okay. All right, I should have guessed Romeo and Juliet meant, quite possibly, something wrapped around that in some way. All right.
Which is Romeo and Juliet. But getting drunk and eating Percocets, but just to ease the stress. But soft with light, the under window breaks. It is the east, but Juliet just puked off the balcony. How romantic. Nothing like getting drunk and getting manic on a motherfucking Monday. I brush the bangs behind her lovely little ear as she describes in detail how the end is truly near.
Sounds like young hedonists today, honestly. This is what majority of them are doing in some way if they're not smart and keeping to themselves. Because, the smart young men are staying where they are nice, safe, and comfortable, and not giving women any of their attention, their time, attention, or resources. Very smart thing to do, young men. Don't get trapped by none of these hoes. And the fact is, hashtag they all hoes. In the West. Get a passport. That being said, it sounds like he's participating in the hedonism culture. Which is what it is, right? That's what this is describing. Hedonism culture. You're going out to get high, drunk, and food, and, you're not doing anything productive. And you're using something that's meant to be partly at least productive, reproductive. Sure, it's a lot of fun, but at the end of the day, you destroy it, and your future's at the barrel of that gun. But at the end of the day, the one that brought the consequences, you are the one. That being said, the Bible says nothing new under the sun. So let's continue, shall we?
Wow. And I'm sure that we could do this for forever, or until we drink the poison, cause she sees some cloudy weather. As Rosaline lies in bed, seething wide awake, because a burning love for Juliet only took a day. And if Romeo and Juliet continue to be married, then there's half of a chance that their kids will get embarrassed when all the kids at school all talk about their parents, and Romeo Jr. has to say they're not together.
Damn, that sucks. That really does suck. You know, our modern culture freaking hates kids. It really does. Because our modern culture is all me, and I. Me, myself, and I alone. First and foremost. Kids are secondary. But our culture hates kids. It really does. On every level. Otherwise, why promote things to children? Right? And make allowance for children to be subject to the whims of the ethereal instead of giving them at least a fucking boat or a ship to freaking navigate with. Do you see that anywhere? Because I don't. I mean, I do that for my son. I'm not going to make the same screwed up, fucked up mistakes that my parents made or my grandparents made. Instead, I'm going to do everything I can to be the bulldozer for him, right? However, still allowing him to face his own struggles. You got to allow there to be something in front for them to overcome. So they learn to overcome, adapt, improvise, and survive. At the very least. But yeah, because the thing is that the generation, my generation too, we're almost the most guilty of this, but well, because technically I'm in between an Xer and a boomer, whatever. You know, it was our fault. We screwed it all fucking up. We inherited great, amazing freaking things, and we squandered it. But not trying to do something better for the next generation. Not trying to set up the path to keep it going. Not building the next level of the civilization like we were supposed to be. No. You know what we fucking did? We squandered that shit on ourselves like spoiled goddamn brats. Okay, now me personally, not really. I did what I could for the next generation, especially while I was in the military. I was a leader from a young age because the other guys died and I was the next senior guy in line. Congratulations, you're in charge now, kid. Shit. I was like, oh, fuck. Right? I got E5 because the other guy died. And then I lost it, but got it back again a couple times. But anyway, nobody cares about that. But I'm still, partly at least, culpable and guilty. Most certainly. Does that detract from the younger generation's decisions to lean into shit that they know for a fact ain't getting them nowhere? And that they should have all the perfect examples in the millennials of saying it doesn't get them anywhere? No, it doesn't. But we should have at least left a rope to the ladder behind us. And we fucking failed. Anyway, I'm not making that mistake with my son. I know he's not going to get that many years out of me. I'm already old, but goddamn, is he going to be set up by the time I leave. That being said, Let's continue.
Junior will dream of the day when he's a man and what he'll do to avoid that 50% chance of his kids feeling the way he feels. He'll probably just stick with the Netflix and chill. Dear Shakespeare, could you write a happy ending, please? Could you write a happy ending, please? We just deserve a happy ending, please.
Oh, this deserve thing. Nope. No. That's another lie that was sold to the younger generations. They put it best in the movie that was supposed to be anti-males, anti-guys, right? The movie that was supposed to destroy the patriarchy and everything. The Joker. What did he say in that movie? When he gave that shitty little talk show host? What for? You get what you fucking deserve. I'm demonetized, so I don't give a shit about saying it. Well, here's the thing. Here's the truth, you boys and girls. The vast majority of the time, you're going to get nothing that you deserve. But everything that you earn, it's just discerning between the two. Right? Now, plenty of people that have looked at my existence in my life, even my ex agrees with this shit. They're like, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve what's been done to you. What you've been subject to. What's been forced down your throat, in your face, right? By the country you almost died for. You don't deserve none of this. You've done nothing to earn this, you know? And I'm like, look, I know I've earned more and better and done everything I possibly fucking can to do so. I'm just not allowed to is the difference. And I can't control what other people do. Now, part of it I think I do deserve, right? Why? Because I was a goddamn fool as a kid. That's why. And you pay for that shit in the future. That's why I always say, you want to live by my example? Well, look at me as the example of where not to end up. And do everything you fucking can, moral or ethical or otherwise even, not to. Morality and ethics only count when you can afford them. Unfortunately. That's why they're called luxury beliefs. Otherwise, if the world wants to treat it like a dog-eat-dog existence, and you're told otherwise, well then treat it like a dog-eat-dog existence. And don't believe anybody otherwise. Until you maybe become one of the lucky few who earns the power, earns the money, the wealth, and everything to change it. Because for a conflagration that makes for a conflagration that starts anything anew, like burning old wood in a forest so that, you know, new stuff can grow and it's not as susceptible to fires that are wild and out of control. Well, all it takes is a single spark. And that could be you. Good luck, kid. That being said, let's continue. I'm ranting on and bidening out.
Please. And every sting from every teardrop, from every ring at every pawn shop. I'm not missing both my Christmases. The family would be nice. In my dreams, my kids are happy, and I know that they won't mind. One Christmas. Just one Christmas. Just one Christmas. Just one Christmas. But dear Mom, conversations from a couch haven't ever felt the same since you looked Dad in the eye and you told him that things are about to change. My mom was made from Adam's rib. And the marriage went south when the snake came back and asked my mother out to dinner. And my dad found out and asked my mom what that's about. And she said, oh, it's nothing, but dad loves to shout really loud. Loud enough to knock the lamps and dressers to the ground. In my memory, I could hear Chopin's nocturnes playing in the background. A slow train wreck, you close your eyes, but forever hear the sound. And boy, it's tough.
Oh, I know what the woman did. And it's what your average Western female does. Hooks up with a guy because. And that's why I call them females, not women. Because a woman is a thinking female human being with impulse control, self-discipline, and they're humane. Your Western female is everything but. So thus I say female, not women.
Because that's the sound of people falling out of love.
Facts. The whole fantasy about love, right, is just that. It's mostly fantasy. Especially since most people can't discern between the different types of love. There's familial love, right? That you have for like mothers, sons, daughters, relatives, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, right? Sister, brothers, cousins, mom and dad. There's familial love. And then there's romantic love, right? But how you can tell somebody is a creep, freak, weirdo of some kind is they cannot discern the difference. Take even your baseline Gen Zer who has brain rot. They could still look at the examples of such and still be able to tell there's something different there. And believe you me, there's a shit ton of those. That being said, right? I don't believe all women, so me hearing about this guy's childhood doesn't. I mean, I can relate to it. That was my childhood, essentially. But the thing is that I learned that it was vast majority women who instigate it. There's a reason why some of the most deadly creatures in mythology are female. So yeah, that being said, right? Whenever someone tells me something stupid like there's no excuse to hit a woman, I say equality. You want to be treated just like me? Well, actually, you have extra special privileges compared to me, so therefore I'm allowed to exercise my superior physical might against you, right? That's how the logic works. You want to be equal, that's equal treatment. Equal rights and equal lefts, boy. Don't give a fuck. But, that being said, if it's unearned, well, then that's that. Then you're just a piece of shit, right? If my son has done nothing to deserve, getting a poke in the forehead and a correction of any kind, and I just do it to do it, then that's just an asshole. That's all. That's it. Done and doner. Right? But back in the day, we used to have what's called discernment, just like I mentioned. If someone deserves some shit, I got no bones to pick. Have at it. Give them what they deserve. But if someone doesn't, if they have not been found guilty of something totally wrong, well, then quite obviously that's a different story, ain't it? Well, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below.
Black.
Oh, that's the end of it. What the There we go. Well, anyway, this was kind of cool. Thank you, Fire Mango. I like your recommendations so far. Trouble is, I still don't know which one Nelia did, so I'm gonna have to check on that after I'm done. That being said, she said she may or may not stream this weekend. So I guess watch out for that. I don't know when. She does 2 different jobs at the same hospital. So like she has like 2 different shifts she does. So yeah, she busy. She real busy. So I don't know if it'll happen or not. But I for sure will this weekend if the PC doesn't break again. That being Schmed, what'd you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I already know what time it is. Be good, be safe, man. Good luck for yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Don't compromise safety and security for nobody and nothing. Death and disaster is only a second away. Do what you can today. And I'm Badger 7 Actual, the formerly homeless veteran. Blast Cat Badger out.